Good afternoon and welcome to Two on the Go Travel. Today we are heading over to Universal Orlando Resort. Going to try to stop over here, and I think there were a couple little merchandise things maybe for Halloween and stuff that we wanted to look at. Not sure if we'll ride anything. We'll see how crowded it is. I know it rained here a little bit earlier, so maybe we can avoid that. So we'll just see how it goes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Hope you're ready. Let's go. So we made it through security and everything. Heading into City Walk, and I guess we'll probably head over to the Universal Studios first. Kind of see what they got over here. They're still working on the addition to the Universal Studios store here. I think Melanie just told me it's going to be Harry Potter and Super Nintendo is what this expansion is supposed to be.
So they announced this week that the Universe store and the Hello Kitty store is no more, and in its place will be coming Wicked the Experience. I guess since the movie's coming out in November, they are going to make this a big event about it. I'm not sure if it's just going to be a store, or if it's going to be more to it or what, but I'm curious to see it. We've seen Wicked in the theater, not necessarily on Broadway, but in the theater, and we really enjoyed it. The movie looks a little bit different than the Broadway show, though, so I'm curious about it, but we'll definitely have to come check out Wicked the Experience. Bye bye, Hello Kitty. We may not have avoided the rain as well as we'd hoped to. We're feeling a couple little raindrops here. I think we're going to try and dip into the tribute store if we can and get out of the rain.
All right, so we made it in here to the regular tribute store. It's starting to rain a little bit, so I always like the way they set all this up. You can look at this stuff, and for some of us that are a little bit up in age,
Hey, speak for yourself.
some of this stuff looks familiar. Kind of brings back memories.
Definitely a dose of nostalgia in here at this point. I think they specifically made this store for guys like Shane who grew up with Ghostbusters and Back to the Future as their favorites. I don't remember seeing some of this ET stuff before. This is really cute.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I'm afraid the lounge spot would get a little bit dirty being corduroy like that, though. Okay, so out of these things, I see a lunchbox that my dad took to work every day. I see the dot matrix printer, which just cracks me up because I don't even know if people know what that is anymore. Of course, your Rolodex, nobody uses those.
The VHS storage cabinets.
The phone book, oh my gosh, I didn't even see the phone book till just then. Look at all the floppy disks too. Is that the 3/4? Is that what they call those?
3.5 floppies.
Pardon me. And I think my grandparents had a little mini TV like that over here.
I spent many a times and many a quarters in arcades, so this brings back a lot of memories.
Choose thy team and create your fate in our laser dungeon.
And of course, when you did go to arcades
Or Showbiz Pizza.
or Showbiz Pizza or anything like that, you always got your tickets and you could always redeem them for stuff.
That wasn't worth the amount of tickets.
Yeah, it wasn't usually too much you could redeem it for. It wasn't worth too much, but. Now that's a new shirt. I don't remember seeing that one.
Oh, that's cute. So does that make him a s'mores?
Yeah. And I don't remember seeing that either. That's actually got some weight to it.
Oh, I thought it'd be just like a metal mug.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I know different. I know they've done these mashups with things. Transformers and Transformers and Ghostbusters. Now that I haven't seen an actual Transformer of Ghostbusters Ecto 1. $100. Wow. It's more than I thought it'd be.
Oh, you see the Optimus Prime down there?
Yeah, I was gonna say. You got the Optimus Prime with Ghostbusters on it. That's new too. Haven't seen that mug.
I like that one better than the other one, actually. Of course, you like the other one better, I'm sure.
It's kind of cool too.
And the toothpick holder. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we're going to get on here and try to ride Minions Villain Con Blast. It only said it had a 5-minute wait when we were walking by, so we
Why
thought we
not?
would hop in line, see if we could ride it. Well, that was fun. Melanie did a lot better than I did because I'll say I was trying to record, so I use that as an excuse.
Excuses. It's funny to me how much the Minions mean to us now that we've actually watched the movies. I know we're late to the game, but I just started watching the movies within the past year or so.
Yeah, so I think we're going to walk down here toward the Halloween tribute store. We haven't been in there yet. So I think we're going to walk down this way and go into it. So this is the outside, so it looks like we go in here to go inside. It's kind of neat. It never... So that was some of the Halloween tribute store, Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. I don't know a lot of the houses, so I'm afraid a lot of that is I'm not familiar with. I know the Ghostbusters, that's about it.
So we have left the tribute store and come into the main store here at the entrance of Universal Studios, and I'll show you my speed of Halloween. It's the Mins. Admittedly, I am just not a horror person whatsoever, but these little guys are as cute as they can be, and they're all dressed up and ready for Halloween, so I can handle that speed. Look at the mummy. Oh my goodness, too cute. And Tim the bear dressed up for Halloween. This is much more my speed. So happy Halloween from the Minions. So we have just left Universal Studios and we are headed now over to the Epic Universe Preview Center, getting ready for the opening of the new theme park next year. So we'll take you for a tour on that. We did miss most of the rain, thankfully. Got to do a couple things, so we enjoyed that. So this is the Epic Universe Preview Center. As I mentioned, the new park is going to open sometime in 2025. They haven't announced an exact opening date, but I know there's a lot of excitement for it. They have started a new sweepstakes, so you can scan that QR code to enter the sweepstakes for a chance to win a trip to the Epic Universe opening. And of course, this area has plenty of merchandise getting ready for Epic Universe, and then it has a huge display showing what it's going to look like. So we'll head over there in just a second. It also has examples of the portals that will go into each one of the worlds. And it has my favorite, How to Train Your Dragon. I am so excited for Hiccup and Toothless to come to Universal. And of course you have the Toothless popcorn bucket that has light up eyes, as cute as he can be. And then you have Light Fury. I really like that shirt. And then this is the example of the portal that will go into How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. Followed closely by the portal into Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic, which I'm sure will be one of the most popular places there. Although when you've got Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World, you've got a lot of competition. So this is some of the merch from Harry Potter. And the portal into Super Nintendo World. I believe this will be the third Super Nintendo World. There's one at Universal Japan and Universal Hollywood. And I have no doubt that this one will be just as popular. So here's an overview of the map of Epic Universe. You have Celestial Park, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, and How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. And right behind it, you can see the huge model that Universal Studios put together for it. And as you can see, it's a really popular thing for everybody. Everyone wants to come see it. Everybody's getting really excited about the park opening next year. And Epic Universe will have a marquee hotel called the Helios Grand, and this hotel you will actually be able to enter into the park from it. So you can kind of see how the back entrance of the park, and then across from me, directly across, is the front entrance. And then here to the right is Dark Universe, followed by Super Nintendo World, Celestial Park, How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, and then Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. So we'll try to zoom in a little bit onto Dark Universe. I know it's going to have one roller coaster and one indoor dark ride, no pun intended. It's supposed to actually be one of the scariest things Universal has done outside of Halloween Horror Nights. So I think I'm going to let Shane ride that one and tell me about it. I may ride the roller coaster and tell him about it because it's actually a spinning roller coaster and I know he won't want to do that. And then Harry Potter Ministry of Magic is going to have 2 attractions as well, both of them indoor. I think one of them is more like a show, and then the other one is going to be a trackless dark ride with a lot of special effects. It's supposed to be really immersive, just from what I've seen, a little bit of it. It looks like you're going to be kind of inside the ministry, and it's going to be very immersive. And then here in the middle, you have Celestial Park, which will have Stardust Racers, which is a dueling coaster. If any of you came to Universal Studios back in the day many years ago when they had the Dueling Dragons roller coaster, it's going to be kind of similar to that. But at night, the coaster cars are going to be lit up and they're supposed to be like comets streaking through the sky. So I think that's going to be really cool. And then the cars will actually interact with each other. So you can see at the top hat where the track twists, it's called the Celestial Spin. And the cars are actually going to come really close to each other. So I'm curious to see how that works and excited to ride it. And then that brings us to How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. I know they're going to have Hiccup's Wing Glider, which is a roller coaster, family-style roller coaster based on Toothless and Hiccup learning to fly and then teaching you how to fly. And there'll be a splash battle called Fire Drill, and I know there are a couple more attractions. I will be one of the first in line for all of them. But I'm really excited, even more than the rides, though, for the show, because from what we have seen, they're actually going to have a giant dragon fly over the audience. I cannot wait. Can't wait to get that close to Toothless. So this is a good overview of the entrance to the park as you're coming into Celestial Park. And the marquee entrance on this side is the Kronos, which is a tower that will have medallions from each of the lands in the middle. And then as you enter, you go back into the Celestial Park area where there will be the Stardust Racers, like we talked about, as well as a carousel that is supposed to have, I won't say animals, but creatures that go in all different directions, not just one direction like most carousels. And as you can see, guests can enter and exit through the Helios Hotel in the back. There'll also be 2 other hotels to open with the park, the Terra Luna and Stella Nova, which are both going to be moderately priced hotels, and they are really, really cool looking. They've got these metallic sides on them with reflective lights going off and on during the night, so it should be really neat to see, especially from the outside. And the insides look really neat too. They're kind of space themed, so we're excited to see those. And then last but not least, you have Super Nintendo World. So I know there will be a Donkey Kong roller coaster, Yoshi's Indoor Dark Ride, and a Mario Kart Racer ride, very similar to a lot of the other Universal Super Nintendo Worlds. But my understanding too is that this is the largest of the Super Nintendo Worlds in Universal throughout the world. And then whoever created the Epic Universe specific merchandise must know that I love Stars and Blue because it is featured in a lot of the merchandise. This shirt is one of my absolute favorite things they have. And I don't wear hats very often, but that one is cute as well. And if I wore Spirit jerseys, I would have to have that one. I really like that one. Really cool. Just lots of different things to choose from. But as you can see, this is the place to be at Universal Studios right now. Everybody wants to see the model and learn about Epic Universe and get ready for the park to open next year.
So that's going to wrap it up here from Universal Orlando Resort. We went around Universal Studios and we went in both of the tribute stores and we got to see all the new merchandise out for those. We also got to ride one ride, which is very odd for us. Usually we just walk around. It's usually the lines are too long for us to ride anything, but we did it one time and I got the highest score I've ever gotten, so I'm very proud. And then we came out and walked around the Epic Universe Preview Center and we are so excited for that to be opening next year, and we'll take you along when we go there next year. In the meantime, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.